Hello everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Cosolix. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to get out of silver. This is going to be a little video series where I'm going to talk about how to get out of any rank. So silver, gold, and platinum, because once you get out of platinum it's diamond. I might say how to get out of low diamond, but those are the only ranks. If you do enjoy this series, hit that like, subscribe, and comment down below. Today I'm going to be talking about exactly what things you need to learn if you are a brand new player to Brawlhalla trying to proceed to the next rank, what fundamentals, and how to learn those fundamentals. So if you have any extra tips for people who are new to the game, make sure you put it in the comments down below. Talk about how you got out of silver at a low level or a long time ago, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that appreciate it. And yeah, let's get right into this. I've got a little list of notes here that I'm just going to be going over step by step what I did personally and what I think others should do on a more general case. I know I play Lance, but I'm going to talk about like different things. So the number one thing to learn is true combos. True combos are the number one thing. And if you don't know what a true combo is because you are new to the game, it is a series of attacks, minimum 2 attacks, that do not have any dodge frames between them, which means they are impossible to get out of. You basically have confirmed attacks, and true combos do more damage than signatures on most case scenarios. So they're a lot easier to hit because they start with quick attacks, and then they actually have more reward because of it. So let me show you how you practice true combos and where to find them. So practicing true combos, you're going to want to go into training room. Training room is in offline play. You just hit training room. It doesn't really matter what CPU, dummy. By default, you can't really select the CPU, but you can in settings, and I'll show that later. It doesn't really matter which CPU you select at a silver level. Just practice on any CPU, but pick your main. I'm just going to go random for the sake of you could pick anyone, doesn't really matter. Also everything's unlocked, so you don't need to unlock characters if you want to try a character out. If you're going to go to a map, I would go to Small Brawlhalla just because it's flat, there's no soft platforms. Demon Island is also a great map. I'll go for that one just because why not? But those two maps are in tournament 1v1 settings, so it's good to practice them. Okay. So what you're going to want to do, there's two ways of doing this. One, you could just hit the bot to the center of the map. It's best to get him at least around the center because then it's a lot easier to do combos. You are going to want to show damage on, show stun on, show hitboxes on, show hurtboxes on, item spawning off, and then you're going to want to click on the RB button or whatever it is on keyboard. You can use your mouse just to go into bot settings. And you're going to want to go to the bottom, damage reset off, and position reset on. If you can't get the bot to the center of the map, all you have to do is switch to the CPU settings. This allows you to move the bot. The only thing is make sure position reset is off when you're moving the bot. And if you find a good location, like right here is about good, you're going to want to turn position reset on and then just go back to player mode. So now he is, or she is, depending on which bot you have, is going to teleport back after a series of attacks as long as you make sure it's timed. If you do when grounded, then it's just going to do when they hit the ground. That makes sense. Timed is usually the most consistent because you don't want combos where they touch the ground or strings. You don't want it to affect. So Brazza, for instance, I'm just going to show you some quick axe combos. I'm not going to show you every single axe combo, but what a true combo looks like compared to a string, I'm going to be going over that. And then I'm going to show you where to find true combos for the weapons you want. So an axe true combo is side light nair. This is a very easy combo to do. And you can see, so when I use a controller, you can use both the two joysticks. So if you click on both of them at the exact same time, it will pause and play. You can do this another way on keyboard. I think it says at the top. It will say up here. Yeah, there we go. So that's by default on keyboard. So you can go from frame by frame, F5 and F6. But the whole idea is you can also go frame by frame. So I'm just holding previous. Is when you do a side light, it will put them into this little blue animation. And that means stun frames. Those frames you cannot escape from. They are guaranteed. You are stuck in them for a series of time, which is calculated by frames. So side light nair, for instance, you can see Diana only gets out of the blue frame for one frame right there. And that one frame is not enough time for the Diana to input, jump, dodge, anything. So it is impossible to get out of that combo. If there's anything more than one frame, do you see how it's a dodge window 2 right there? So you can kind of see the Diana gets out of the window. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then gets hit. So you have a maximum of 2 frames without the blue for it to be true. But once it hits more than 2, that's 1 dodge frame, and that's a second dodge frame. Or sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. So not dodgeable, not dodgeable, 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 and then I just hit, you know? So that right there is the true combo, but if I do it slow enough, you see how it's a dodge window 3? That means it's not true or you didn't input it properly. And this is for every weapon, by the way. If I could switch weapons, so switching weapons, you just go back to the settings and you just switch between give weapon. If you want to change your legend, you can change them up here. If you want to change the bot's legend, change it up there. But let's go blasters. For example, downlights there, very easy combo to learn. It's one of the easiest in the game. But you can see there's no dodge window. But if I do a string, so this is a bit more of a complex. And what a string is, it's a series of attacks with a dodge window. So a string on guns is downlight there, for instance. Most of the time. Let me rephrase that. It's a string, anything past like 10 damage. There we go. I forgot it was true and white. Whoops. But yeah, it's a string, basically anything past like yellow. That's 1 dodge frame. Okay. That was true. Okay, maybe I was just wrong completely. I don't play guns. There we go, 7 dodge frames. You can see it doesn't really work in light orange because the downlight sends them too high. It kind of only works until around 50 damage or so. That's 60 right there. I don't think it's going to work with 70. Yeah, no. So that's a string right there. It has 6 dodge frames. So the point is it's still usable. Those are all strings right there. None of that was true. And people in silver are not going to dodge out of things like that. So keep in mind, both strings and combos are important to learn at silver. Some strings also include signatures. So downlight, chase dodge, and sig. I'm not going to teach you how to input this, but this is 2 dodge frames. It's going to work at your skill level. So the point is to learn these strings and combos and get comfortable inputting them. So if you want to learn some new combos and where to find them, basically, let me just change it so you can see my screen. But what you're gonna want to look up is Brawlhalla and then your weapon. So I'm gonna put Lance and then put combos or guide or anything. And you'll find a series of videos. This one's mine, for instance, and this is one of the most views. The sooner the video, or like the less duration for when it was uploaded, the better. So if you're looking at ones based off views, you might be mistaken. This was posted a year ago, but this was posted 2 months ago. So it's better to watch a video from 2 months ago than a year ago. And the video will teach you all the combos. But you can do the same thing. So if I do Brawlhalla, let's do spear combos, because that's a very common weapon. This is only a year ago, Zexus Gaming, so that's not bad. But this one was 4 months ago. So you might want to watch this one. The only reason why I wouldn't say this one is because I don't know who this person is, Aziox. They're probably good. They probably know the combos. I know who Zexus is though, so maybe this is the better option. But that's all you do. Watch the videos. They'll teach you the combos. Another good series for a big string is Dobrain. Dobrain made a series. This is a long time ago, but a lot of these strings still are in the game if you just want things to learn. You scroll down on Dobrain's channel and he's got a series called Brawlhalla, Every Combo and String You Need to Know. They have a lot of views because it's a good video. I don't want to get like copyright claimed. He does a whole analysis and everything, talks about every single combo. A lot of these, again, this is 2016, might not work, but if you just want to try them and just get used to inputting things, definitely recommend his channel. So go check that out. The link to his channel and other channels, so good guide channels, are going to be down below. But yeah, that's basically how you find combos. So this next thing that you need to learn is you need to find the best controls that suit you. So if you're a controller player, I really recommend using default. That's basically what every controller player uses on Brawlhalla. They're very optimized and they're very good. You can always switch to smash controls if you want, which is basically like using Y to jump instead of A. But I do recommend default. The only difference that I personally use from default is I use the left bumper to dodge and dash. It's just a preference. It doesn't really mean anything. You can use the triggers. I just find it a little harder, but it's doesn't really matter. That's just me. But when it comes to keyboard controls, either using keyboard and mouse, and if you're only using keyboard, do you use the arrow keys or WASD? There's a lot of questions. So I would recommend joining the Brawlhalla Discord, link is down below, and asking some people there what their keyboard controls are, compare and contrast, and take their opinions. I'm going to be making a video talking about professional controls and what's the most common controls in Brawlhalla, but that video is not out yet. So go check out the Brawlhalla Discord down below, try and make some friends there even. But once that video releases, it will be down in the description. So if you're watching this after like a week that it's been uploaded, the video is probably out. So check it out, it's in the description, and it just compares professional players' controls. I can tell you right now, just a little pointer, which is when you're doing controls, you're going to want to make sure pick up with light attack or quick attack is off. Always. That's just so you don't accidentally do a quick attack and pick up a weapon. There's only one pro who plays with it on, and it's not even like, it's a meme at this point. So make sure it's off. Another thing I'd recommend is in controls, make sure that your jump is different from your jump plus aim up. You do not want, this is basically tap up to jump. And the reason for that is because it would be impossible to aim up without jumping, and some combos require you to aim up without jumping. So it just makes it incredibly hard. So make sure jump and aim up are two different controls. By Xbox, like for Xbox controls, by default, this is off. Where is it? Yeah, press up to jump. By default, it's off, thank God. But make sure you don't have tap up to jump on. It's just so it's easier to do controls. Other than that, your controls can be whatever you want. Again, check out that video. It's going to be in the description eventually, which controls are best for pros. Okay, third, practice movement. So in training room, I've just got a couple tips just to get used to dash and dash inputs. When it comes to using dash, a lot of people in silver don't know how to input it, what's the point of it, and how do you incorporate it into gameplay. And you don't want to force it into your gameplay. You don't want to be like, oh, I have to dash. You want it to be a natural process to get used to the input and get used to dashing. Dashing is very important because you can get extra reach. Like if I just do like a side light, I can only reach here. But if I do a dash side light, double the distance in a very quick time. So when dashing, here are some quick little tips that you can do between matches, between stocks. Dash dancing. Dash dancing is a little harder to do on keyboard than controller, but it's basically a forward dash and then a back dash. And get used to spamming it, basically. Controller, it's a lot easier to do it controlled. Like, I don't really mess up. I can go from one side of the stage to another without messing up once. But on keyboard, it's a lot harder to get a feel for it, just because controller, you actually have a joystick that feels left and right. Keyboard, you don't really get that same feeling. So definitely practice it to get used to it a lot more. Dash dancing is easy to do between stocks, in the middle of a game if you even want, but in training room as well. It's pretty easy to like get used to dash dancing. So the next part of dashing, which is very important, is a dash jump. A dash jump will just give you extra range on an aerial. So if I do like a jump Sair, see the range I'm getting? It's kind of the same as the side light on the ground. But if I do a dash jump Sair, again, little startup, a lot more range, and because you're moving, it's harder to punish. You actually kind of don't touch the ground on some moves. Just depends on what move you do. This barely does touch the ground. But the point is, dash jumping is important, just equally as important as dashing on the ground. So a good way to practice dash jumping is dash jump dancing. And this thing's a lot more difficult to do than dash dancing, but you can definitely get a feel for it. So it's a dash jump, then you turn around, and then you dash jump again. And it basically just looks like this. I'll often do it between stocks just because it's a good hand warmer. You can even throw in some dash dances in between the two. This is basically a short hop in Brawlhalla, which is like, there are other ways to do short hops like fast falling, which I'm going to talk about after this. But dash jumping like this, it's very important to just get a feel for it. You can do like pivots around it, just kind of get a feel for inputting dash jumps, and just kind of get used to it, because the more you input it, practicing it and stuff like that, the more it's going to be in your gameplay and the more you're used to inputting it in general. So definitely practice this. Another thing you should practice is fast falling. Fast falling you can do almost immediately after you click the jump. You just hold down. Again, you just have to get a feel for it. It's a bit different in Brawlhalla than Smash. It's a bit easier to do in Brawlhalla, I believe, personally. But I don't know, it's just different. So get a feel for fast falling. This one isn't as necessarily hard as like dash jump dancing and whatnot, but very important again, just so you can get up and down from the stage easy. So yeah, fast falling, just again, these three things, get used to them because they are very important in a match. The more you get used to them, the easier it is for you, trust me. Last but not least, play a ton of ranked. Ranked is the only way to increase elo. And when I say play a ton of it, I mean, I think you should be playing ranked more than just playing with friends. And that's personally what I did. I enjoy winning, so playing ranked isn't super hard for me. It can be tilting, and you could get annoyed at SIG spammers at your level of gameplay. But ranked is the best practice to learn how to deal with SIG spammers, and it's the only way to improve your game. If you want to become a pro at Brawlhalla, ranked is the way to go. And some tips just to make it less infuriating is streaming ranked. Streaming and talking to a chat while playing ranked makes it a lot easier because it's more engaging. Also, playing ranked with music in the background makes it a lot easier because it's mind-numbing. The more you focus, the harder it is to have stamina, and it's good to practice rank stamina. So the more you play, the more you get used to like long sessions. Again, they're very quick games, so just try and fit them into your calendar. Even if you're playing like 2 or 3 games a day, 2 or 3 games a day over a 3-month season is like, let's see, 3 times 90, so that's 270 games. That's a lot of games, and that's a good amount of games for your skill level. Me personally, you can go to ranked, just see 313 wins, so I'm playing a lot more, and I'm at the level where I don't even need to play ranked. The best practice I get is sparring other top players because I win almost every game in ranked. But for you guys, play ranked. It's the only way to get to gold. It might be really hard at first. Brawlhalla isn't great at putting you right into ranked at an even skill level, but with a little bit of practice, you'll be able to increase that elo, get used to the players, and learn how to beat them. If this video helped you, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, share the video. I'd really appreciate it. Again, in the comments down below, if you're already in silver, or past silver, I mean, put your tips down below. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would appreciate it. I'm going to pin some comments of like good tips that I didn't really include in this video. Again, thank you for watching. I love you guys all. Stay tuned for how to get out of gold, and I'll see you guys all later. Take care. Have a good day, night, morning. Peace. Love you.